As we begin, let's remember that compassion is not passive, it's bold. It's the act of seeing one another fully, standing together in truth, seeing and feeling each other's pain, and then taking action to eliminate that pain, and insisting on justice rooted in love. The golden rule, treating others as you want to be treated, is more than a moral guide. In the queer liberation movement, it becomes a radical affirmation. We are all worthy of safety, dignity, and joy. Pride is compassion in motion. It's declaring, I deserve to be free, and so do you. And that freedom is not stitched alone. It's woven together by every act of care, courage, and community.
People have used fabrics as expressive symbols, to communicate identities, and as forms of resistance. While the LGBTQ+ community faces growing challenges, both in the United States and worldwide, from those who seek to divide rather than unite. It's the fabric of our community, through our rich cultures, diverse identities, and backgrounds, that will guide us forward towards a better future. As Washington, D.C. hosts WorldPride 2025 and commemorates 50 years, we will welcome visitors from around the world to celebrate our vibrant community and continue the fight for equality. Every one of us, new threads woven together, strengthen the fabric of our community and of this global movement. While the fabric of the LGBTQ+ Progress Pride flag symbolizes the diversity of our community, it's our shared humanity and unshakable unity that defines our greatest strength. We are people bound by love and acceptance, struggle and resilience. Our past and our future forging an ever-evolving community that together embodies the fabric of freedom.
What do you say?
We are the fabric of freedom.
We are the fabric of freedom.
Nosotros somos the fabric of freedom.
We
are the fabric of freedom.
We are the fabric of freedom.
We are the fabric of freedom.
We are the fabric of freedom.
I am here with Raul Upadhyay from InterPride, and we're very excited to be able to host you in this little interview. Raul, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. How are you, Philip?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining us on this interview. So, why don't you tell everyone like a little bit about yourself and how is it that you are involved with InterPride and everything that's happening with World Pride in DC this year?
Right. So, hello everyone. Rahul, they, them pronouns, and I'm from India. Currently, I'm based out of New Delhi. My pride organization is Gandhinagar Queer Pride Foundation. It's based out of Gujarat, which is the westmost part of the country. Um, and also the home state of our Prime Minister, the central government. Yeah. Anyway, so I got associated with InterPride back in 2019, and Athens was my first journal meeting and world conference. Then I was just a member. I was just trying to understand how things work within InterPride. And then from 2019 to 2021, I started outreach within my region, specifically South Asia, right? And then I think by 22, and I was the regional director back then. So by 22, I was able to increase the South Asian Pride organization participation from 3 to 30, I guess. Right.
Wow.
So yeah, it took a lot of outreach. So,
I bet.
with them, talking to them, giving them presentations and everything. So that happened. And then, from 22 to 23, I was the vice president. I was also the vice president of global outreach and partnerships. And then in 2023, I contested for the co-president role, and here I am.
And here you are, and we're so glad to have you here. So,
Yeah. So also I've in between, I was also chair of the World Pride Committee. right, for 2, 3 consecutive years. And that's when was helping with the contract negotiations of DC, little bit about Sydney. So yeah, that's about my involvement with Enterprise.
Amazing. Well, so you are heavily involved, as you know, you just mentioned to us. And so tell me a little bit about how's the work where you are in your location, Southeast Asia and everything that you are, kind of like over. How has your work been, especially, being a queer person and the cultural differences that happen in that area?
Right. Um, I think it's challenging, first of all, and specifically, so when we say prides in India, and I wouldn't say about anything about other South Asian countries. I have no right to say anything about them, but then I can definitely say what goes in my country, right? If you talk about prides in India, majority of the people only know maybe Mumbai Pride or Delhi Pride or Bangalore Pride because these are the biggest prides in the country. People have hardly known like there is a pride called Gandhinagar Pride or say Ahmedabad Pride. These are like smaller prides, right? With participation ranging from 800 to 1500 people. That's it, which itself is a big number if you see, right? So this is where I come from. And I come from a region, as I already mentioned, which is heavily dominated by the current ruling party, which is homophobic, which has never said anything in support of the queer community. And we organize Pride Parade in the capital city of that state. So it is a challenge altogether, as compared to organizing a Pride Parade in a city which is not in the state, in Gujarat state, right? You spoke about the cultural differences. I would say culture actually binds it together. There are differences, but what I have seen during the Pride marches, and culture is the core of our Pride parades. So when you attend our Pride parades, and these are like way different from Pride parades that happen in Europe or in America, you know,
Hmm.
uh, so culture is the core. You'll find people, for example, if Pride parade is happening in Gandhinagar, so we have a very famous dance form. It's called Garba, which was also recognized as the, I think, cultural heritage by UNESCO or something like that. Yeah,
And this
anyways.
and this dance is like like of your area, or is it like or of like queer people that do this dance? Like what is it
Oh,
representative of?
no. So this is originally from the region,
Okay, got it.
right? But now it's so famous that it's all over the country and in different parts of the world.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's like really it's crazy. It's crazy. So you'll find people dancing, doing garba, with traditional folk songs with posters and placard. So this is how our prides look like. No floats, no company logos, no companies, nothing. No involvement of corporates, no involvement of government either. Right. But it's like it's a protest, and we treat it like that. We do it like that. We raise awareness about the queer issues. So majority of the people, they carry placards with them with whatever they want to show it to the people, right? Be it sexual health, be it education, be it healthcare, anything. And then in the end, in most of the prides, we read out a parcha, we read out a statement to let people know why we are doing this pride parade. What is the significance? Why are we marching on the streets? Why are we shouting for our rights? So this is how the pride parades look like. And I like specifically for the pride parade, I wouldn't say the cultural differences are there. In fact, culture binds it together. So you'll see people who are Hindus, people Muslims, people from other religion, they'll come together, right? Queer people. So it's such a you know great feeling attending pride parades here.
That's
Have you been
beautiful.
to pride parade in India? Any of the pride marches?
I know I have no I've never been to India, so
You
I've no
should.
idea. I know I'm
You
missing out.
should.
No, absolutely. But it's interesting that you're mentioning this about, it's a protest and it is There's no corporation involvement or anything, because that's really how Pride really started, right? Pride has always been a protest, has always been
Exactly.
about, talking about our rights and our needs and how do we want, I mean, how we want to be part of society and be included just like everybody else. And so I love, and I think that especially now more than ever, we have this, what we call the rainbow washing, right? With corporations for the month of June, they put rainbow logos and like rainbow this and that, but are they really supporting, gay initiatives or legislation or, policy that would help queer people around the world, live a safer, more equitable life?
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, I always say love and support must be unconditional. Must be unconditional. So when you see, even with pride marches, a lot of corporates, they withdrew their support, which means, of course, after the executive orders, which means their support was very conditional.
very
Where is
conditional.
your support now? If you were genuinely believing in the cause, where is your support now? And it's just not happening in the United States. It's happening everywhere, everywhere. By this time, we would have received at least 4 to 5 inquiries to conduct these DEI sessions for the employees of these companies. We haven't received one till date. So it's a ripple effect. It's a domino effect. It's happening everywhere.
Mhm. And it is a reflection of what's going on right now, how much of this resistance to acceptance is happening everywhere in the world. And I think a lot of it might be inspired by fear. I think that's probably one of the main causes, just fear of like the unknown, of not understanding, of not knowing someone that is queer, or not knowing that they know someone that is queer, you know? And so I think that's very motivated to that. And so, with the festival that we're doing here and everything, I think a big focus for us is the term of compassion. We have the same sort of what you were saying, unconditional love. Compassion for us, the definition is, you see someone in pain, which is like sympathy. You feel that pain with that person, which is empathy. But then you also take action to eliminate that pain that the person is experiencing. And that is compassion. So compassion is the principle of action. And so how do we see this pride protest being a compassionate movement?
Um, okay, so there are a couple of things. Not everything is going as it was planned, right? Especially after the executive orders. In fact, within the community, and the community is scared. Let's acknowledge the fact. Let's not deny it. We are scared. People are scared. People were scared in 1969 also during the Stonewall riots, by the way, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, people were scared. People are scared every time. But then there are people who are a little bit more privileged than other people, and they use their privilege in the right direction. So there have been a number of organizations or people who have asked to cancel the WorldPride. Yes, and let's face it, yes, and we totally understand their concerns. And in fact, InterPride has issued travel advisories specifically for transgender and non-binary individuals who are traveling on their X marker passports.
Absolutely.
It's not safe. Let's acknowledge it. But at the same time, we also have to understand Pride was never a party. It was a protest. And this is the best time to reestablish the fact that Pride, it's still a protest. Right? I think it's the time that we go back to the activism roots. And the roots were resilience. The roots were solidarity. And I feel very bad, and I feel sorry for those people who are not able to travel to Washington, D.C. for the WorldPride of to any other, Pride event
Any of them.
because of a number of reasons, financial, security, anything. But those, and my message to those people who are able to travel would be, you'll be marching for them, but also please march for those people who are not able to travel. And for
Amen.
those people, it's not always necessary to show your support while marching in the street. You can also show your support when you are in your homes. There are a number of ways, right? So, and both are valid. Both are important. Both are needed. Both kinds of supports.
Absolutely. Any sort of
Uh,
support, any sort of support is like good.
Absolutely. So we need, I mean, we need solidarity. We need to come together, because this is bigger than any of our personal conflicts, any of our issues. This is bigger than that. So yeah, that's it. I mean, the community needs to come together. The community needs to, uh, I wouldn't say make it another Stonewall, but I think the scenario in which we are currently right now, it looks like we have to go back to our roots and then start from the very beginning. And it's very ridiculous when you think about it. Um, the Constitution says these are basic human rights. The Constitution has given you rights, and then so some idiots are taking these rights from us. This is very ridiculous.
It is. It is, and it almost feels like a bad reality show in many ways.
Yeah.
Um, you pointed out something very important. I think that this term of solidarity, even within our community, the queer community in general, and I think that you brought up another point of privilege, right? Like some of us in the queer community are more privileged than others, especially, if you're white or if you're cis, or money or whatever, and those are the voices that, in this case, when we are almost like bound by tragedy, should be louder than in any other moment, because those are the people that are not going to get discriminated for being trans or for being
Yeah.
non-white, or and so it's a very important thing that you're mentioning here, that we need to have more solidarity and unity with the queer community, and that's super powerful. And so, going with that, also, the video that we showed right before this interview, the fabric of freedom. Can you expand a little bit more on that theme, and what does that mean for this year?
Definitely I can, but I'll be telling you my interpretation,
And
because
that's what we want, because I'm interviewing you. So
and that is, I think that is a beauty when we choose a theme for an event, be it any event. The theme is something that people relate to, but at the same time, people have different interpretation to that particular theme, right? So for me, fabric of freedom. So when we organize pride marches in India, one most common statement that you'll hear is, and I'll say it in Hindi and then I'll translate it in
please,
English.
please, I love that.
We say, हमें चाहिए आजादी, right? It means we want freedom. This is the most common statement slogan you'll hear in India in all of the pride marches. हमें चाहिए आजादी, हम लेके रहेंगे आजादी, which means we want freedom. We'll snatch freedom from you. We'll take it at any cost. This is what it means. So for me, I mean, as soon as I got to know that this is going to be the theme for the World Pride, I was like, bang on. This is what we need, specifically now in today's era, where things are changing drastically in just another day. So for me, fabric of freedom is something that I'll wear, a cape I'll wear, a cape that gives me a sense of freedom, that gives me a sense of identity, which these people are taking away from us. A fabric of a cape that gives me power to come out, to say that I am queer, I am here, and I'm not going anywhere. That's exactly what it means to me.
Wow. No, and what a bold statement, that we want freedom, we will take freedom, we'll snatch freedom. Like,
Yeah.
what a bold, powerful thing to say and to declare, especially in these times where we feel like governments are turning their back against not only the trans community, but the queer community in general. And not only in the US, but around the world. And so this is very how poignant and how powerful it is to have that theme this year specifically, and in DC, where like this mess sort of like it's brewing so hard,
We are
yeah.
in this, we'll be in the center of the political power, and imagine raising such kinds of slogan over there.
No, absolutely, that's beautiful, that's perfect, and that's exactly what we need. Rahul, this has been super interesting conversation, and I'm so glad that we were able to meet up so that we can, share this with other people. I'm wondering, are there any last things that you would like to say, like statements or advice or recommendations or anything that is in your head that you would like to leave our viewers with?
I think so. One point I would like to emphasize here, and I think we were talking about the privilege, right? So a
Hmm.
lot of times, people accuse others that, oh, you are privileged. Well, first of all, let's get this fact check that being privileged is not wrong, by the way. It's not wrong.
No,
What is wrong for me is if you're not using that privilege in the right sense. That is wrong.
there it is. Yep.
If I'm born a financially stable person, what's my mistake in that? But if I'm not using that privilege to help other, that is wrong. Right.
Amen.
So being privileged, I don't consider being privileged as a wrong thing. I mean, it's good for them. They're lucky.
Lucky, amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good for them.
absolutely. Yeah,
I'm happy for them. But at the same time, I also want to request them and ask them, please use your privilege for people who are not as lucky as you are. And that's how you are going to have a balance in the society. And it goes out to everyone, not just for the queer community, for
mhm,
allies. Your support, and I also want to say to allies, your support is probably one of the best supports we can actually have. But please make sure it's not conditional support again. It's not just limited to marching in the street. It's also how much you are able to help your queer friend. Did you take a stand when he was bullied? That's what makes you a true ally. So yeah, that's something I really wanted to say about being privileged. And yeah, and I
absolutely.
think to people out there, these are challenging times, no doubt about it. And everybody, literally in all parts of the world, this is happening. You see in Hungary what is happening. They banned the pride events. They penalized it, attending pride events. You see what is happening in Turkey, right? You see what is happening in UK. Everywhere it's happening. And if I can think of a bird or an animal or a creature that I relate to very much, and I see the community relate to very much, is a phoenix coming from the ashes,
Yeah,
right?
reborn, rebirth.
So, exactly. So I think this is something we are going to come out of this situation for sure, because we have done that earlier many times in different parts of the world. But the only thing that is going to help us is our togetherness, our unity. This is really, really high time. Please leave all of your personal conflicts aside. This is really important. We need to come together as one. So I think that's the thing I would like to tell people.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. This has been so inspiring, very emboldening. Like I want to do more, and I hope that like our viewers are also feeling that way and remembering that Pride is a protest, that we are here to support each other. When you were saying about privilege and anything, a term that came to my mind was the golden rule, treat others as you want to be treated, and how that also is meaning to putting yourself in somebody else's shoes and trying to understand what their issues are and how can you, with your privilege, use that to help those that are in need. Again, compassion, golden rule, pride, it's all related to it. It's this like oneness of humanity that we have, that we all belong. So thank you so much for inspiring us in this conversation, Rahul. Best of luck with everything, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you so much, Philip. Thank you for having me. It was
Mhm.
really great interacting with you.